All right, Team Me practitioners, are you ready to dive deep? Because today, we're going to unleash that inner sovereign.
Oh, yeah.
We're not talking about, ruling kingdoms or anything like that.
Right.
Unless, of course, that's your jam. But this is about tapping into that commanding presence, that ability to make decisions from just a place of, unshakable confidence.
Yeah.
Whether it's for, a challenging client project or a really tricky family decision, or just feeling more just empowered in your everyday life.
It's about owning that leadership energy that already exists within you.
Totally.
The sovereign archetype is in all of us, just kind of waiting to be activated.
Okay, so we've identified the why. I mean, who doesn't want more confidence and, clear-headedness in their back pocket?
Yeah.
But how do we do it? Where do we begin to even awaken this inner sovereign?
Well, the fascinating thing about archetypes is that they're not just these abstract concepts,
Right.
They actually manifest in how we think and how we speak and even how we stand.
Wait, are you saying that I can literally stand taller and step into my sovereign energy?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's about aligning your energy on multiple levels.
Okay.
Like take mental focus, for example.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed how easy it is to get just bogged down in those day-to-day details?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
The endless to-do lists
Yeah.
between client calls and emails and trying to have some sort of semblance of a social life. It's a lot.
Exactly. And that's where the sovereign, I think, really shines because they're not getting lost in the weeds.
Right.
They're fixated on the bigger picture, what is the ultimate goal here? They're playing chess, they're thinking several moves ahead while, the rest of us are stuck playing checkers.
Okay, so instead of getting overwhelmed by the mountain of tasks on my list, I should be asking myself, what's the overarching goal? What am I actually working towards here?
Precisely. It's a subtle shift in mindset, but it can have a really powerful impact.
Right.
The sovereign is all about strategy and vision. It's about understanding the desired outcome and then kind of mobilizing the resources, to achieve it.
Okay.
And they also have this incredible knack for identifying the strengths of their team, of those around them.
So it's not just about personal power then, it's about empowering others to reach their full potential as well.
Exactly. It's about creating a structure where everyone can thrive.
Right. Okay. Now that feels very sovereign, like creating order from what could feel like chaos.
Yes.
Even our language can shift our energy.
The sovereign owns their authority, but not through, arrogance,
Right.
but through a very quiet conviction. They speak in terms of, I am responsible, or this is the plan.
It's almost like embodying that confident decisiveness that we often lack when we're unsure of ourselves.
Exactly. And it's not about faking it. It's about tapping into that inner reservoir of strength.
Okay.
Even just saying those phrases out loud, try it.
Okay.
I am responsible.
I am responsible.
How does that feel?
I'm not going to lie, it feels a little strange.
Right.
But I can sense a shift in my energy, a feeling of taking charge a little bit.
And that's the key.
Okay.
Even small changes can create this ripple effect.
Yeah.
Now imagine combining that powerful language with a physical shift as well.
All right. Back to the whole standing taller thing.
Think about how a king or queen carries themselves.
Okay.
It's not about being rigid, but there's a presence, an air of, what's the word, quiet command.
Right.
They stand tall, shoulders back, like they're rooted firmly to the spot. They are the still center in any storm.
Right. Okay, I'm sitting up straighter just thinking about it.
Right.
But how does this tie into, say, dealing with a difficult client or navigating a conflict with a colleague?
It's about cultivating that, that inner strength that just becomes a part of you.
Right.
And it's there, ready to be called upon whenever you need it.
So it's less about faking it till you make it and more about practicing it till you embody it.
Precisely. And one of the best ways to practice is through conscious embodiment exercises,
Yeah.
Remember those Team Me practitioner materials?
Yes.
Those are a goldmine for this.
Oh, I have to admit, those materials are my secret weapon.
Yes.
I'm always revisiting them.
They're invaluable. One exercise I find particularly powerful is called the words of the sovereign.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So it involves stepping into the energy of the sovereign, right?
Okay.
And speaking aloud affirmations and declarations that kind of reflect their values and mindset.
So instead of just thinking I am responsible, I'm actually declaring it out loud.
Exactly. You might say something like, I lead with clarity and purpose. Or, my decisions create a positive impact.
It sounds so simple,
Right.
but I can already feel like a shift just imagining myself saying those words with conviction.
Right.
It's like I'm like stepping into a role, but the role is already within me.
That's it. That's the core of it.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if it feels, a little awkward or even silly at first.
Wow.
Like anything, it takes practice.
Yeah.
But the more you embody these statements, the more they become a part of you.
What I love about the Team E approach is
Yeah.
that it's not just about affirmations, right?
Right.
It's about like aligning your energy on multiple levels.
Yes.
And speaking of aligning energy, what about those archetype activation audios?
They're incredible for deepening that embodiment process because they use, music and guided visualization. Right.
To really help you step into the energy of each archetype.
Yeah.
The sovereign activation audio in particular is just incredibly powerful for cultivating that sense of inner authority and grounded leadership.
It's like giving your subconscious mind a direct line to that, like sovereign energy.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of surrounding yourself with people who embody the sovereign archetype.
So you're talking about like finding those mentors or leaders or even friends
Yes.
who just radiate that like calm confidence and kind of inspire you to step into your own power.
Precisely. We tend to pick up the energy and habits of those that we spend the most time with.
Right. So choose your company wisely.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yes.
I like to think of it as like surrounding yourself with a sovereign support squad. Talk about those moments when you might need to very consciously activate your inner sovereign.
Okay.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you needed to make a tough call, but you felt really unsure or hesitant?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, tons of times.
Right.
Yeah.
So in those moments, it's like having that inner sovereign kind of tucked away, ready to just step in and take the reins when you need them most.
It's like having them on speed dial.
Exactly.
So how do we actually do that? How do we access that energy in like the heat of the moment?
It all starts with a conscious choice, a decision to shift your perspective.
Okay.
Instead of, getting caught up in the overwhelm or the uncertainty of the situation, you pause,
Okay.
you take a breath,
Yeah.
and you remember that you have the power to choose your response.
Okay. That really resonates with me. It's that moment of stepping back from the chaos and going, wait a minute, like I've got this. My inner sovereign has got this.
Exactly. And with that remembering comes this shift in focus.
Yeah.
Instead of dwelling on the problem, you ask yourself those powerful sovereign questions.
Right.
What's the vision here?
Okay.
What outcome am I working towards? What's the most strategic way to move forward?
So it's about like reclaiming your power by focusing on what you can control.
Yes.
Like your vision, your strategy, instead of getting, bogged down by the things you can't.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of those simple but profound phrases we talked about earlier, right?
Right.
In the face of a challenge, you remind yourself, I am responsible.
Yes.
This is the plan. Declare it. Declare it with that quiet conviction.
It's almost like those phrases become like anchors
Yes.
that are like grounding you in that sovereign energy.
Absolutely. And, even your posture can be an anchor. That regal presence we talked about.
Yeah.
If you're feeling uncertain, stand tall, head high, shoulders back. It's such a subtle shift.
Right.
But it can have a really profound impact on your energy
Yeah.
and how others perceive you.
It's like that power pose instantly like boosts your confidence.
Yes.
Even if you don't totally feel it at first. It's like you're signaling to yourself, game on. Inner sovereign is here.
Exactly. And the more you consciously practice stepping into that sovereign energy
Right.
through your thoughts, your words, your actions, even your posture,
Yeah.
the more natural it becomes. It's like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. I feel like I have like a whole new set of tools to play with now. So for all of our fellow Team Me practitioners out there, here's a final thought for you. What aspect of your life, whether it's your business or your relationships, your personal growth, could benefit from a dose of sovereign energy?
Yes.
And how can you start embodying those qualities, that clarity,
Right.
that confidence, that vision, to create the impact that you desire?
Absolutely.
Until next time, embrace your inner sovereign and lead with purpose and power.
Yes. I love it.